Good evening. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue my part series, The Week That Was College Football History Review, the 1979 college football season for week number 12. I think this is week 12 of the season of college football 1979. And we're going to start with the game that was played on November 23rd, 1979 between the Florida State Seminoles and the Florida Gators. Florida State won 27-16. Florida State was ranked number 5 in the country. Although Gators were having a dreadful season, Florida State had to fight to remain unbeaten. After blowing a 10-point lead, Seminoles marched 80 yards to go, up 17-10 early in the fourth quarter. On a 20-yard run by fullback Mark Lowes, who had 151 yards rushing on 27 carries. The Gators then lost the ball in a controversial play as quarterback Larry Oshab threw a pass that defensive tackle Walter Carter came up with on Florida 10-yard line. The play was ruled an interception on a 5 Oshab threw, despite TV replays showing that ball clearly hit the ground before Carter caught it. Kicker Bill Capice soon hit 18-yard field goal to bump FSU's lead back up to 20-10. On the same Friday, Houston, number 9 team in the country, beat Texas Tech 14-10 as fullback James Hadnot had 199 yards on 21 carries, burst down right sideline on third play of second half for a 61-yard touchdown run and 10-0 Texas Tech lead. But the Cougars must have felt they were reliving last season's upset. So Houston responded with 2 touchdowns, 14-yard run by fullback Terrell Clark and backup quarterback Terry Elston's breathtaking 72-yard romp for game-winning score with 11:21 left. Clark rushed for a career-high 171 yards, while Hadnot set Texas Tech single-season and career rushing marks as Raiders ran for 349 yards. Now, Saturday's games was on November 24th, 1979. South Carolina, number 19 team in the country, beat number 13 Clemson 13-10, 13-9. Begging pardon, 13-9. For the first time, both major schools from Palmetto State were bowl-bound. Gamecocks tailback George Rogers had 102 yards rushing on 27 carries, topped 100 yards for the 9th straight game. Tight end Ben Cornett scored on a 2-yard pass from quarterback Gary Harper. Tigers showcased 3 field goals by kicker Obed Oriri, although team marched to Carolina 5-yard line at game's end, while quarterback Billy Lott frustratingly overthrew 4th down pass to wide receiver Perry Tuttle. Next, Tulane, the number 18 team in the country, beat Louisiana State 24-13. That Tulane had beaten LSU so infrequently. Tulane won for only second time in 31 years. This made win so much sweeter. As quarterback Rock Hunters threw for 248 yards, 3 touchdowns as Green Wave built a 24-0 halftime lead. So Tigers rebounded in second half with 2 late touchdowns on short runs by quarterbacks David Woodley and Steve Insminger. Game was won with field position as longest drive for Tulane's 4 scores was 67 yards in second quarter to 17-yard touchdown pass by Hunters to wide receiver Alton Alexis. While Tigers, LSU continually started drives deep in their own territory. LSU's passing game gained 354 yards but suffered 4 interceptions. Next, Oklahoma, the number 8 team in the country, beat number 3 Nebraska 17-14. Big 8 showdown of undefeated first-place teams was hard-hitting and fair, but Huskers had tricks but no answer for Oklahoma halfback Billy Sims. Billy Sims ran for 247 yards against nation's best statistical rushing defense that only allowed 67.2 yards on the ground, including 71 yards on a brilliant run during the decisive 94-yard march in the fourth quarter. Now, the drive ended with a 3-yard touchdown run by quarterback J.C. Watts on 4th down that gave the Sooners a 17-7 lead with 8 minutes left. Watts earlier hooked up the tight end Forrest Valora on a 58-yard touchdown pass. Huskers closed scoring when guard Randy Shula Senior ran Fumble-Rooski from 15 yards out, trick play that Coach Tom Osborne had made his debut early in the game. In 7 years at Oklahoma, Coach Barry Switzer had notched 4 outright Big 8 titles and shared 3 others. Next, Arkansas. Number 17 in the country beat Southern Methodist by a score of 31-7. It was downhill for Mustangs from very first play. Fumble recovery route swallowed up by Razorbacks defensive end Jeff Goff on SMU 34-yard line. Arkansas quarterback Kevin Scanlon threw 8-yard scoring pass to the touchdown to tight end Steve Clyde 3 plays later. The first of 3 touchdown passes thrown by Scanlon. Later in the first quarter, another fumble by SMU led to full field goal as Hogs scored on 3 straight possessions to build a 24-0 lead in the second quarter. Highlight for Mustangs was Southwest Conference record 2,777 yards career receiving yards posted by wide receiver Emmanuel Tolbert. Meanwhile, SMU fullback Craig James rushed for 149 yards. Next, Brigham Young, the number 10 team in the country, beat San Diego State by a score of 63-14. BYU quarterback Mark Wilson continued to rewrite record books as 278 yards passing rush when he pushed his season total to NCAA record 3,720 yards. His total offensive number to 3,604 yards, another record. It took Cougars exactly 6 plays in 8-12 to effectively end matters as they ran up to a 21-0 lead. Wilson threw touchdowns of 25 yards to wide receiver Danny Plater, 42 yards to wide receiver Bill Davis, and 57 yards to tight back Eric Lane. BYU scored so quickly in what would turn out to be 35-7 halftime lead that Aztecs actually had ball for 21 of 30 minutes. That possession time produced only running back Steve Fogel's 1-yard touchdown run. San Diego State suffered its worst loss since 6-0 pacing by Fresno State in 1942. Rare switching killing clock had Cougars offense gain more rushing yards than passing, 320 to 293. Beg your pardon. Next, you had Southern California, the number 4 team in the country, beat UCLA 49-14. Trojans coach John Robinson ran record to 4-0 against crosstown rivals with Laffer that was over by halftime at 35-0. Tailback Charles White slipped and jabbed for 194 yards, 4 touchdowns despite bell ringing fourth-quarter hit by a host of Bruins. White, meanwhile, staggered around woozy, did not remember his opening 2 touchdowns, although Trojans quarterback Paul McDonald had Pac-10's record streak for consecutive attempts without an interception that was halted at 143. He was brilliant throughout, completing 17 of 23 for 199 yards. USC defense was equally terrific, holding UCLA freshman quarterback Tom Ramsey to 3 of 13 for 34 yards and 2 interceptions passing. The Trojans cornerback Ronnie Lott had 2 interceptions. Ronnie Lott made 30-yard interception to touchdown return that provided a lead of 14-0 in the first quarter. White's touchdowns gave him 52 for his career. Meanwhile, halfback Freeman McNeil gained 120 yards rushing to reach UCLA's single-season mark of 1,396 yards, 8 yards more than Wendell Tyler had in 1975. Coach Terry Donahue dropped to 0-4 against USC. He vowed to reverse that trend. He will win with 5 wins in next 7 crosstown bouts. Finally, Arizona State played against Arizona, where Arizona beat Arizona State 27-24. Freshman kicker Brett Weber was not listed as top kicker for Wildcats. He was not on scholarship, nor even on roster. But Weber became hero for Arizona after last-second 27-yard field goal for a successful 3-pointer. Weber missed wide right with 5 seconds to go. Was roughed by Arizona State University cornerback Ron Brown, allowing unknown Wildcat another chance to become known. Linebacker Jack Housley set up field goal with interception of Sun Devils quarterback Mark Malone with 33 seconds left. So 2 plays later, Arizona cornerback Jim Crone completed a 43-yard pass to wide receiver Greg Jackson who won fight for ball with cornerback Ralph Dixon. Some Devils lost 3 fumbles that Cats converted into 17 points. Fullback Hubert Oliver rushed for 94 yards and 2 touchdowns for Arizona. So that concludes a look at week number 12, the week that was college football history review, the 1979 college football season, the games that were played on November 23rd and November 24th. His AP poll as November 26th. AP poll had number 20 Baylor, number 19 Penn State, 18 Clemson, 17 South Carolina, 16 Tulane, 15 Michigan, number 14 Auburn, number 13 Washington, number 12 Purdue, 11 Pittsburgh, number 10 Houston, number 9 Brigham Young, 8 Arkansas, 7 Nebraska, 6 Texas, 5 Oklahoma, 4 Florida State. You had Ohio State at number 3, number 2 Southern California, and number 1 Alabama. So that concludes the look at the week that was college football history review, the 1979 college football season, the games that were played on November 23rd and the 24th, respectively. As I subscribe and comment on the channel, do reveal this magnitude on Thursday. Until then, talk to you soon.